Chris, they've proven 3 years in a row that they can perform on the biggest stage at an elite level.
Right.
What is it that makes you think that you guys can do the same thing?
Because we're on a team together. You know what I mean? And we competed all season long to get here, and now it's all about game one.
I like where we are. Our guys have rings. That's a good position to be in. To me, the hardest championship is the first one, as an individual player and as a team.
Man, we won 2 championships in 3 years. We're not about to run off talking about how bad we want to play somebody. Like, we want to win another championship. And it don't matter who's in the way of that. If you in the way of that, then you happen to be in the way. But, we're not about to run around like, yeah, we want to play them in the conference finals for what? Like, it don't matter to us who we play. However, we got them. All right, now let's get it.
We're prepared. We've been preparing for this the entire season. And like you said, they've been here, but, we're hungry. We got a lot of guys individually that have been here.
Why do you think people sleep on Clint Capella after all that he has done for you guys?
I don't know. Why do you think people sleep on Houston Rockets period?
Is he sort of the emblem of the team? Does he sort of epitomize how people sleep on you guys as a team?
Exactly.
We welcome you inside our studios here in Atlanta. It is a playoff edition of Game Time, and the Friday Night Live band is back together for a Monday Night Western Conference Final. We're finally, as Mills Lane would say, about to get it on. Casey Stearns, Smitty, B. Wood, gentlemen, welcome back.
First of all, Adam Silver dress code has to come back. Has to come back, yes.
What's wrong with what Chris Paul was wearing?
Dress code has to come back.
Can we show that again?
No, don't show it. I've done it.
No, show it again.
Oh, my God.
Here he is.
Oh, it's the tie-dye onesie.
Oh, my God.
Adam. Is that a onesie or is it 2 pieces? Is it like a sweatsuit? Or
it looks like he made that shirt in sleepaway camp.
Adam, this is my request. So I'm asking you, Adam, please.
Well, he got a little bit of flick at the palm trees on the back.
There he is.
I never freeze. Wakanda forever. I like that.
Oh.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. If you in shape and you can pull that outfit off, I like the Wakanda jersey.
You're Brendan Haywood. I'm Steve Smith. Adam! Dress code, please come back.
Smitty, are you saying you wouldn't be able to rock a Wakanda outfit?
I would. I like the outfit, not going to the Western Conference Finals.
I never freeze.
The game.
Can you stop that, please? You're going to have to find more lines.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, Case. I just had to get that.
No, you can keep talking.
No, I'm talking about the, the Adam.
Wakanda forever.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now that that's done, Mr. Marvel Universe, we've been waiting all year for this, and we finally got 1 versus 2. But my question I want to open with is, Smitty, why should people nationally and why should I believe the Rockets actually have a chance to beat the Warriors this time when they haven't really had a chance any of the other times they faced them?
Because before, Brendan and Casey, my opinion, before this team was put together, it was about can we outscore. The only way I thought the Rockets could beat the Golden State Warriors to outscore them. When you add Luke Mbah-a-Moute, when you add P.J. Tucker, when you add Chris Paul, you have guys who want to defend. And then also, I looked at it as even on the offensive end, James Harden would get wore down. Now you have another guy that can make plays, score, and also run the point guard position and get guys easier shots. So those are my 2 reasons why I think they have a better chance than last season.
Man, Smitty, you took all the good answers. That's basically what I was about to say.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
No, but you hit it right on the head, though. They have way more two-way players this year. When you talk about P.J. Tucker, Luke Mbah-a-Moute, Chris Paul, and then the fact that Chris Paul is another ball handler. So nights when James doesn't have it, and we saw that against Utah in the closeout game. James didn't have his best stuff. He was 7 for 22. Guess who stepped up? Chris Paul, 40 big points, 41 points, 10 assists.
Yep.
Huge game. They didn't have that in previous years. If James didn't get it done, the team fell in the tank. Now they have somebody else they go to. I think they have the best backcourt in this series. When you look at Chris Paul and James, what they can do as a combo, I really like this team. And James, to a certain point, is defending a little bit better than what we've seen a couple years ago.
All right, so for Warriors fans who believe you have the best backcourt in this series, as many do, it's B. Wood _33.
B Wood _33. Yeah, that's my Instagram man. That's my Instagram and my Twitter. So if you
Wizards legend, Mavericks. Okay.
If you disagree with me, you disagree. But I don't think Houston has the best backcourt.
Now that that's said, let's remind everyone that everyone here at the desk has Golden State winning this series. Correct? Okay. So now let's get to the other side. Why is, even with all that, Smitty, Golden State still too difficult for the Rockets to beat in a 7-game series?
Well, I just think, we started talking about it. Brendan said it best. When James Harden wasn't going well, they had Chris Paul. That is a big plus for the Houston Rockets. And I like Trevor Ariza and all those other guys, and Clint Capella scoring. When Clay is not going well, there's Steph. When Steph is not going well, there's this guy that's 7 feet, that's a flamethrower, in Kevin Durant.
Durant, yes.
But then also
Draymond.
on the other end, and Draymond. Throw in Draymond. Draymond's going to be consistently, whether it's 13 through 20. But I'm just talking about just flat-out scoring. They have 3 guys that can get hot. And then you have a Kevin Durant defensively. And then I just think when you start talking about the way they play, I think they'll get to the free throw line a little bit more because there's not a lot of isolation basketball. And they've been there, and they have guys that can defend just at the same level or even better than the Houston Rockets.
You know, what you mentioned the isolation. I think, Brendan, one of the fascinating things to watch play out in this series, we think about, like in MMA, they say grappler versus striker. You've got isolation against ball movement because we saw some pretty plays. The Warriors have started to click in that offensive mode that we're used to where they start to have 3-4 passes where guys aren't even dribbling. How much more difficult are they to guard because of that than maybe Houston, where at least you kind of know what you're getting with Harden?
You ask any basketball player, and they'll tell you the toughest thing to do is guard the ball when that ball is moving very crisply. It's something that it used to be all about one-on-one basketball, and then the Spurs kind of changed the game, and they made it all about ball movement, multiple pick and rolls, the ball popping all around the perimeter. Steve Kerr took that, implemented it in Golden State, and took it to another level. It is so hard when Durant's on one side of the court with the ball and they're running pin downs, circle cuts, all types of back screens to get other guys open. You're trying to defend those actions, and that's why they lead the NBA in assists as a team. It's because not just one guy gets the ball and says, oh, it's my time to go one-on-one. The ball is constantly moving, it's popping, and even when they ISO, there's so much stuff going on the weak side that you can't even focus all your attention on the isolation guy because you have so many different things happen on the weak side.
You know, you look at this series and you think about, okay, we know the big 3, right? And not to take Draymond out, but we know what they're going to do. We know on the other side Harden and Paul. I'll give you each a team. You could sit and think about the Warriors. On the Rockets, give me one other guy outside of Harden and Paul. I'm even going to take Capella out, if you don't mind, because we know that he needs to be good. Somebody who could be an X factor, maybe steal him a game, be a big part of this.
Eric Gordon. I think Eric Gordon has the ability because if you're starting to have those guys play with the James Harden or without, he's one of those guys that can carry you a quarter. He can also get you 20 to 25 when he gets hot. And he also is a guy, even though he has to stand there and also wait to guys that kick it to him, he can pump fake and get to that basket and make the next play. So I think Eric Gordon, even putting the ball in his hands at times, Brendan, that's the one guy I think he could be the X factor to get them over the hump.
Listen, Eric Gordon definitely has to play better. And on the Warriors side, for me, I think it would be Andre Iguodala. I think he's an X factor. He's a guy that a lot of people forget. He was a NBA Finals MVP, and it's because he can do multiple things. He can guard. He can go out there and get out in transition. He can pass the ball. And at the same time, he's left open a lot. So sometimes he'll get a chance to get into a rhythm because defenses forget about him because they're focusing on Clay, Steph, Draymond, and everybody else. I think Andre Iguodala can be an X factor because he does multiple things. He can score, pass it, and defend. Fair
or unfair, you're looking at this as the finals. Because that's how I felt. There were times, a lot of times I think about as football fans, and we all are on the desk, where those NFC, after all those years, where it would be Dallas and San Francisco, just kind of, you just knew, okay, whoever wins that is going to win the Super Bowl by 40 points. These are the 2 best teams. You start getting that excitement, Smitty, for this series. It kind of feels like we're getting ready for the finals. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the East, but does it not feel that way?
You know, the one thing is I would say fair. I mean, obviously, whoever wins this game, well, I don't know. I think if the Warriors win, I have them the favorite. But I think right now is the one thing is I'm excited about is this is a heavyweight matchup that you want to get a chance to see. This could take a lot out of either team, and they don't have a lot left going up against whether it's Boston or Houston. But I will say you would think somebody with the favorite, if you start going to Vegas,
sure,
would be Golden State of Houston if they come out of the West.
Yeah, I mean, this is the reason why so many people want the realignment. Hey, let the best 16 teams play and duke it out like that because this is the matchup you would want in the NBA Finals. This is who everybody thinks is the 2 best teams in the NBA throughout the course of the regular season and the playoffs. The Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets. I would love to get this matchup in the finals. So, yes, this does have an NBA Finals type of feel. I think fans are excited about this matchup because of that. Both of these teams can score. They have so many talented players. You have the Kevin Durant, James Harden dynamic from when they both played at OKC. There's so many different storylines that this feels like the NBA Finals, even though it's just the Western Conference.
New school guy or realignment. Man, East, West.
Come on, man.
Well, Smith, I like division.
Okay, Smitty, let me ask you a question. LeBron James goes to the Western Conference. You don't want realignment? You want all the good guys in the West?
Hey, that's what's called free agent. He gets the chance to go.
He's so old school. He's so old school, man.
You should have, instead of like Wakanda, you should have started like spouting lines from the original like Adam West Batman TV show.
Yeah, I mean.
Boom, pow, slam.
Come on, Smitty. Realignment will be good for the game.
There we go.
It'll be good.
Game.
If LeBron James goes to
we got
gray beard and no beard. We got more coming up.